Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video. If you're new here, I follow the Weight Watchers program. I get 23 points a day and 28 weeklies, but I also share calories on my channel as well. So I'm teleworking today. I'm starting my day with some cottage cheese and mandarin oranges. So I have about a half a cup of cottage cheese in there for 2 points and 90 calories. And then I have about 30 calories of mandarin oranges in there. It's about 60 grams of mandarin oranges. And then that's 0 on Weight Watchers. So I'm making my coffee. So this is a 0 sugar French vanilla creamer that I get from Aldi. And for this kind, the Coffee Mate kind, you can have, I think, 60 milliliters for 2 points. This kind you can have up to 90 milliliters for 2 points. So usually when I fill this, I don't know, I do probably about 70. And then I also have some of the Splenda monk fruit sweetener in there. So I've got my coffee, my mandarin oranges, my cottage cheese, and my water. I'm gonna head into my office, start working. I'll usually probably wait till I'm done having my coffee, which honestly, when I have it in a Yeti, takes me a couple hours to drink it usually. Especially today, I have a kind of hectic day this morning, so I will be back in a couple hours and share with you what I have for breakfast. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to read the disclaimer down in the description box about what I eat in a day videos and how you shouldn't really copy what people eat and how we're all different. So one thing to keep in mind, I'm 51 years old. I am only 4'11 3/4, so my needs may be completely different than yours. So just make sure to read that disclaimer and work with your own doctor or your own dietitian to find what works for you. All right, so today I'm having a smoothie for breakfast. I've been into smoothies lately. Now, if you're following Weight Watchers, smoothies, when you make fruit into a smoothie, you are supposed to count the points, so even the fruit. So for this, if you count your blended fruit, then it is going to be 7 points. If you don't count it, it's going to be 3. So if you're following diabetic program, this is going to be 7 points. I personally do not count my blended fruit. So like I said, 3 points if you don't count your blended fruit, 7 points if you do. And for calories, the way that I make it is about 265 calories. I honestly make these different each day, but today I'm doing kind of like an avocado smoothie. So in here I have about a half a cup of frozen banana and then a half a cup of just some mixed fruit. So usually what I do when my fruit starts getting to where it's going bad, I just kind of pop it in a bag and just freeze it. So I have some blueberries in here, strawberry, banana. I think there's even pieces of apple in there. And then I also have some pineapple here, so I threw a little bit of that in there. And then I just have just a handful of some spring mix, so about a half a cup of that. Here I have 32 grams of frozen avocado chunks, so I'm going to add that. I also have some non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm only going to add a quarter cup of that. I'm not a fan of the flavor of yogurt in smoothies, so I'm just going to do a quarter cup. And then to give it just a little bit more protein, I'm going to add these Vital Proteins collagen peptides. This is not a complete protein, so I don't use this like as protein powder. The one thing it's missing is tryptophan, but there is tryptophan in banana, so I always just try to combine it with banana. So I'm just going to do 1 scoop of that. Next, I have some chia seeds. I'm going to do half a tablespoon of those. And I'm going to do half a tablespoon of some raw honey. And finally, I'm going to add about 2/3 of a cup of this Almond Breeze unsweetened almond milk. I actually prefer cashew milk in my smoothies, but I have not been able to find cashew milk lately. So sometimes the honey makes stuff stick to the side, so I always just try and scrape the side of it just to make sure it all gets down in there. So So that is going to be my breakfast today. Y'all know usually for my breakfast I'm cooking something on the stove, but today I just really felt like a smoothie. I'm having a gigantic salad. So when I have a salad, I have a salad. I have this huge bowl here, and I just have a whole bunch of things thrown in here. I don't even know how many points it is, because I usually when I make a big salad, I just don't worry about the points, because I know everything in it is really nutritious stuff. So I'll figure the points up and the calories and pop it up on the screen. So in here, I have some spring mix. I have a little bit of coleslaw. I have a very tiny bit of broccoli. I love raw broccoli, but I have to be very careful eating that. I have some tomato. I have some red onion. I have some black beans. I think I have a quarter cup of those. I have just some frozen avocado chunks. You can see that this one here is still frozen, so it'll thaw out as it sits. I have some green olives. What else? Some feta cheese. And I believe that's it. And then for salad dressing, I'm just using some oil and vinegar. So that is my gigantic salad that I'm going to have for lunch. So sometimes I'll put tuna in here, sometimes I'll put chicken, but honestly, lately I've really been just enjoying black beans in it. All right, I'm making dinner, and I don't know if you remember, there was a meal prep that I did a few weeks back, and I just kind of prepped some stir-fry vegetables and just stuck them in my freezer. So that's what we're having tonight. I'm gonna make these. We go to a Japanese steakhouse a lot. Well, not a lot. Once in a while, usually for like birthdays, and we really like it there. So I'm kind of trying to do something like that. I've made this once before, but of course I didn't write down what I did. So I just have a bunch of vegetables in there: zucchini, yellow squash, carrots, peppers, broccoli. There's onion in there, little snow peas. I think that's it. And I'm basically going to put a little bit of this teriyaki stir-fry sauce in it. This kind, it's only 25 calories for a tablespoon. I think it's 1 point. I don't have it written. Yeah, 1 point. And so I'm going to put some of that in there. And then I'm going to do some shrimp and some scallops, and then I have a little bit of chicken that I'm going to throw in there as well. And then usually what I do after this cooks up, then I'll add some eggs. I just kind of plop some eggs in there, just kind of mix them in with it. Now I've got some seasoned chicken here I'm going to add. I'm going to just cook this 90-second long grain and wild rice. I'm just going to put it in the microwave, and then we could just add a little bit to the bottom. Sometimes I'll mix it right in there, but I only want a little bit with mine. So I'm just going to cook it in the microwave. I'm going to get my shrimp going and my scallops. I'm going to do the shrimp first and then just add those right to the vegetables. And then the scallops I'll do last, and the scallops we'll just add on to the top of our bowls. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add the shrimp. I might just add it to our plates, because I want to add the teriyaki sauce, and I don't want to smother the shrimp in the teriyaki sauce. So I'm just going to do, I don't know, not even 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to put the shrimp in a dish and cover it just to keep those warm. I'm going to spray it with some avocado oil. But for the scallops, I'm also going to add a little bit of oil. All right, the scallops are going in. Now, the good thing with this is you can use whatever you want for protein. If you want to cook some salmon, if you just want to do chicken, if you want to do it vegetarian, that's the best thing about this. All right, I'm going to let those sit for 2 minutes. I'm not going to touch them, and then I'm going to flip them over and let them cook for another 2 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to start getting our dishes together. This is the sugar-free yum yum sauce I was talking about. I don't even remember how many points and calories this is. It's 120 calories for 2 tablespoons, and I can't remember how many points. So I'll be sure to pop it up, or I'll come back and do a voiceover to let you know what it is. All right, that was entirely too much food. Neither one of us could eat it. My husband couldn't eat his either. I actually ate a little more than him. So we're just gonna save this and have it tomorrow night. So I'm gonna have to figure out the points and calories for what I ate. I would honestly say if you really don't want to add rice to this, you don't have to. It is just so filling, even without that rice. So, but I don't know if you could tell, I only put a quarter of a cup of the rice in my bowl. So definitely filling. So I actually only ended up eating about 1/8 of a cup of the rice. And I don't know, this is one that I'm probably gonna have to kind of estimate because I don't know how much vegetables was in there and all that. So points, I should be able to figure it out, but the calories is gonna be a complete estimate. All right, hopefully you can see this okay. So for my dinner, what I came up with is right around 550 calories for the whole thing. And I'm gonna take off about maybe 125 calories just because of how much I have left. I ended up eating all of the scallops and most of the shrimp. So the thing is, I'm gonna end up counting it back in. So something that I sometimes do is I will just sometimes just leave it the way it is. And then that way, if I kind of have a couple bites later or a couple bites tomorrow, then it's already tracked for the week and it'll make up for it. So that's pretty much typically what I would normally do. But since I'm doing a what I eat in a day video and I kind of wanna be as precise as possible, I'll probably just reduce that by like 125 calories for the day. I didn't end up weighing out that G. Hughes sauce. The good thing with using that container that I use is it makes it look like a lot more. Whereas if you kind of glop it on there, you're going to get probably a lot more than that. So without reducing anything, it ended up being 56 grams of protein just because of everything I had in there. So for Weight Watchers, the veggies are 0, the chicken is 0, the eggs are 0, the scallops are 0, the shrimp is 0, the teriyaki sauce is 1, the sugar-free Yum Yum is 2, and then for half a tablespoon of olive oil, I'll count that as 2. So I'm gonna count this as 5 points on Weight Watchers, and that's without taking anything away. So 5 points and about 550 calories, but like I said, I didn't end up eating it all. So that's up to you, however you track that. Okay, so I opened my pantry and saw these nuts and kind of got a craving for them. I'm not overly hungry, but I'm gonna have a few nuts. These are almonds, pecans, and pistachio kernels. I get these from Aldi. For these, you can have a 1/4 cup, which is 28 grams for 4 points, and it is 170 calories. So that will be what I finish my night with. So here are my totals for the day, and I ended up just putting the full amount, like I ate the full dinner. So with the full dinner, it ended up being 1,542 calories. So if I want to deduct 125, then I actually had 1,417. And then it was a total of 25 points for the day. I get 23 a day, so that means I use 2 of my weeklies. And then I ended up with about 107 grams of protein. Again, just keep in mind, all our needs are different, so don't follow exactly what I do. This is just based on my needs. And water all day. As I always say, I don't usually show my water because I usually have between 8 and 10 glasses of water a day. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.